Hi everyone, it's Lara. Thank you so much for watching. In today's video I will show you how I make my household cleaner. This is a really easy thing to make. There are only 3 ingredients that you'll need, and it is a cleaner that you can use for pretty much everything at home except for wooden surfaces. So I use it for my sink, for the bathtub, for the stove, and also for a few dishes that I don't want to wash in a dishwasher, like for example knives or can opener, carrot peeler and something like that. So if you want to know how I make this household cleaner, then please keep watching. The first thing that you are going to need for this household cleaner are citrus peels. So I have here a small glass bowl full of orange peels. I just had a few oranges, so I saved the peels. I made sure that the peel is all clean, there's no more fruit left on it, and I cut the peels in a bit smaller pieces. I would say this amount is about 1.5 cups of the peels. So you don't have to use orange peels. If you have limes at home, you can also use lime peels or lemon peels or satsuma peels, pretty much any citrus peels that you like. I would not use grapefruit because I think the scent is a little bit too strong for my taste, but of course it's all about your preference. The next thing that you're gonna need is apple cider vinegar. I always like buying my vinegar in glass bottles because it's so much more environmental friendly than plastic bottles. I'm trying to avoid plastic as often as possible. It's not always easy, but whenever I find a product that is in glass instead of in plastic, I kind of switch to the product. Then you will need a soap for dishes. So this is a house brand of one of the supermarkets here in Vienna. It's also vegan. It has this vegan logo here. That was very important to me because there is no need to harm animals in order to keep our house clean. And then you will need a spray bottle. I have already a little bit of the cleaner here inside. It's an old bottle from some hair product that I had, so I found another use for it instead of throwing it away. And then you're going to need a glass jar in which you're going to fill in the peels and the vinegar. Once you have all your ingredients, the rest is pretty easy. All you have to do is to throw your citrus peels in the glass jar. It doesn't have to be such a nice jar. You can use like a mason jar or empty pickles jar, whatever. And then you need to fill it up with your apple cider vinegar, like this. So I'm going to fill it up to like here. So almost done, a bit more. And now you have to let it sit for, I would say, at least a week. And I always like keeping the glass bottle of my vinegar because once this is done, after 1 or 2 weeks, I like to fill it up back to the bottle that the vinegar was in. So you take your spray bottle, you fill it up with the vinegar that has been sitting for a while with the citrus peels, and then you simply add about 1 tablespoon of the dish soap, and that's pretty much it. All you have to do is to shake it before use. You can see that now I get all the bubbles because there's a little bit of soap. And then whatever you want to clean it with it, you just spray it on it like this. And then I use a sponge, and then I simply rinse it with water, and that's pretty much it. Apart from using this household cleaner for my sink and for those dishes that I only wash with hands instead of putting them in the dishwasher, I also use this cleaner, for example, for this surface on my stove. So I simply spray the cleaner on it. Then I take a sponge, mostly just the rough part, and I rub it in a little bit, and then I let it sit for 1 or 2 minutes. Sometimes longer, it depends on how dirty it is. And then I just wipe it away with a clean towel. And then I dry it and the surface gets all shiny and pretty again. Since there is a little bit of the soap in it, the cleaner dissolves fat really nicely and the vinegar makes the surfaces really shiny and clean. So this is a definitely great helper in your house. It's very inexpensive. It's a bit more environmental friendly than using just soap. I mean, there is a little bit soap in it, but it's still a really little amount, and it's also super inexpensive. As you have seen, making this household cleaner is really nothing spectacular. It is very easy, and the only thing that you need is some time, because the peels need to sit for a while in the vinegar. I personally find it best if the peels are for about 2 weeks in the vinegar. I find that the scent is a little bit more intense, because after 2 weeks the vinegar starts smelling more like the fruit peels than like vinegar. And I find it more convenient for me personally, because I'm not that big of a fan of apple cider vinegar smell, but this is of course all about preference. So I always wait for about 2 weeks. And one thing I would definitely recommend is cover the jar in which the peels are, because otherwise your entire house would smell like vinegar. Been there, done that. I forgot to cover my jar last time, and anytime I came home I was like, what's the smell? And then I remembered, oh my, I forgot to cover the jar. And like after the 4th day I also remembered to cover the jar after I noticed that the house smells like vinegar. You know, I'm quite forgettable sometimes. So that was my video for today. If you liked it, then please don't forget to give it a thumb up. You can also follow me on Instagram. Link is down below. I also created a new Instagram account for you guys if you're interested in some vegan food ideas and easy recipes. Link is also down below, and I will also link in the description box a few videos that I think might be interesting for you. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you a wonderful day, and see you next time with my next video. Bye!